Hello students, welcome to my class once again. Today I am here with a poem for you all. The name of the poem is The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. Okay? Now what is this voice of the rain? Why it has been titled as the voice of the rain? It is because here, as if the rain itself is describing about its journey from heaven to earth, as if rain is talking, rain is speaking like a human being. So the poem is an example of personification. Rain has been personified. Understood? That is why it is titled as the voice of the rain. Now, if you remember, when you were in class 10, not this year, not previous, so you have not read, another poem was there. That was Song of the Rain. Okay, so the same thing, this poem is same as that poem, where rain described about its journey from heaven to earth. So this poem actually celebrates rain. Okay, the poem is actually, it celebrates rain and also celebrates the accompanying water cycle. You have read about water cycle in science. Okay, so here in this poem also you will read about the same water cycle, because of which the clouds are formed and finally the clouds descend on earth in the form of rain. Okay, so let's start the poem. And who art thou, said I, to the soft falling shower. So who is this one who is talking? Who art thou? It is actually the poet. The poet is asking the rain, who art thou? The soft falling shower refers to the rain. Okay? Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. The poet says he was so surprised to see that the rain was replying. The rain answered to the poet. When the poet asked, who art thou? The rain answered that later on it answered. At first the poet was very surprised to hear the rain speaking, the rain talking. It had not expected. So the first line has been, the first two lines are the lines that has been spoken by the poet. Okay, the poet was very surprised to hear the rain answering. And this particular expression, soft falling shower, is an example of the literary device imagery. When you were in class 10, you read about the literary devices, imagery, visual imagery, isn't it? And sound imagery. So this is visual imagery, soft falling shower. When you read it, you can imagine the soft falling showers, the raindrops falling from earth, okay, falling from heaven to earth. You can imagine that. So that is why it is an example of imagery. Now what the rain answered, what was the answer of the rain? I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. The voice of the rain said that it is a poem of the earth. The raindrops, when it falls on earth, the people who are very close to nature, romantic in nature, very philosophical in nature, for them it is a poem, it is a music, it has a rhythm in which it descends from heaven to earth. That is why the rain says that it is a poem of the earth. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. The rain is telling that it rises from the land, obviously, water vapor. Water vapor, it rises from the water bodies of the earth, present on earth, isn't it? The sea, the pond, the river, lake, everywhere. From all these water bodies, the rain ascends. The water vapor evaporation takes place, water vapor is formed, and it ascends towards the earth, towards heaven. Eternal I rise impalpable. What is impalpable? Impalpable means, can you touch the water vapor? You might say, why impalpable? We can touch the raindrops. Yeah, of course we can touch the raindrops. That's true. But are we able to touch the water vapor? The vapor form of water? No, we are not able to touch that. That process takes place, you can say, naturally. It continues. It's a continuous process, and we are not able to touch it. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. From where does it originate? From the land, from the sea. The rain says that I rise. At that time, the rain is not in the form of rain, it's in the form of water vapor. Continuous process it is. Continuously it rises, but we are not able to touch it or feel it. We don't even see it happening. Okay? Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed. So where does it ascend? It moves towards the sky. It moves towards heaven. Vaguely formed. What is vaguely formed? Means not very clear. We are not able to see the vapor. We are not able to see the formation, the process that takes place once it reaches the sky. The condensation, there it takes place. We are not aware of it. We are not able to see it. Altogether changed and yet the same. You have read in science, students, that the vapor, it rises towards heaven, it goes to the sky. The vapor, once it reaches the sky, which is very cold, the tiny droplets of water, they join together because of condensation and they form huge clouds. The clouds are formed, and once again the cloud, they descend on earth in the form of the cloud melts away, disappears. How they disappear? Once rain descends on earth. So this is the water cycle. Water vapor, evaporation took place, water vapor was formed, it went towards the heaven, condensation took place there, droplets of water converted into clouds, and again the clouds disappears to give rain to the earth. And thus this cycle, this process continues. So rain is talking about this water cycle in nature. Okay? And the poem is celebrating rain as well as its accompanying water cycle. Alright? This much in the first video. The rest of the poem we will do in the next video.